2021-2022 Prism basketball cards are on the horizon. They are coming. Some things we need to watch out for. Stay tuned. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. We are at the end of the week. It's another day. It is another sports card collectibles video. How is everybody doing? I hope that everyone is doing well. Weird times in the world. Weird times, a lot of economic stuff that is not looking super, but here we are, guys, right? Here we are. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button below, the big red button. It helps us to just get more traction. We are growing. We want to keep on growing. So thank you very much for your help and for spreading the word. Also, please connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on the Twitter, the SportsCardDad. Okay, everybody, with the release recently of Prism football cards, I'm going to continue down this path. I want to continue talking about print runs and what we need to watch out for. We've got Prism basketball coming, which arguably could have more excitement than the football release, but there's some things that we need to be mindful of and we need to watch for. One thing that sticks out to me is we do not yet, at least I could not find on the Beckett site or on the Cardboard Connection site, a full checklist for this set yet, and it is set to release on July 8th. So that's a week away, and this is extremely important. With the football card set, there was 400 cards in the base set, all sorts of stuff. Rex Ryan cards. What, are they going to throw in Mike Fratello cards in this Prism basketball set? Probably. But the point is it's a massive checklist, and you've got parallels for every single one of these, and you got inserts, and then you've got this and that or whatever, all sorts of different things. Sabertooth parallels.
My way.
And you might be wondering, why is this important? Well, hobby boxes on pre-sale are $1,400 and they're selling. I just looked at one seller on eBay has 11 sold. There's 4 available. And at $13.99, you can get a hobby box. Keep in mind, just a few short years ago, these were a few $100s. Like we're talking like $250, $300, maybe even less in certain circumstances for these boxes for Prism. This isn't National Treasures. This isn't Flawless. This is Prism, and so $1,400 is really, really steep. Now, keep in mind, this was a few years ago, even with Luka Trey's draft class, way less than what they are now. Some would say, hey, you've got different demand now. You've got, there's different demand, right? You've got more people want the stuff. Well, most would say this last draft class, we're a year behind, but Cade Cunningham and the crew, that draft class is not going to produce the same sort of superstars as what you see with Luka and Trey, etc. Now, who knows? Time will tell. Maybe these guys will be better than Luka and Trey, etc. We don't know that yet. But the main point is a lot of sports card new products are driven by draft class. Okay. And it's not normal to have Zion Ja and Luka Trey draft classes, just like it wasn't having, the 86 Fleer draft. Well, I guess technically that was 84 with Jordan, but you understand my point. 2003 with LeBron. These are kind of huge, exciting draft classes. Shaq coming out. So I don't think we can treat every year's product the same, because a lot of it is driven by draft class, and not every draft class is going to work out. Actually, most of them are not. And actually, I heard on the football side, somebody say, hey, I'll buy these hobby boxes now, and then when football season comes around, they'll be $500, $1,000 more, because that's typically how it works with sealed wax, with, new hobby boxes. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. I don't know if that strategy is going to work the same way it did a couple years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, with the wax going up. I think the manufacturers are taking some of that secondary market money. They're saying, why would we put this out at $300 so that these guys could sell it at $1,000 or resell it or whatever? That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of kind of that secondary market getting eaten up by the manufacturers, and you can't really blame them. They make the product, and that's their prerogative. They're in business to make money. So we can be upset with Panini on other things that we'll talk about, actually, a couple of things that stuck out to me. But making money is part of what a business is supposed to do. So that's that. All right, let's look at the design. First off, I actually think the cards look pretty cool. Some people like the design, some people don't like the design. I think that one thing that kind of sticks out is if the card's got centering issues, then it's going to stick out like a sore thumb on these cards, because just the way that it's structured, really cool looking design, but man, if it's off one way or the other, it will be noticeable. Also, Cade Cunningham in the Pistons jersey, but it looks like TCU is in the background. Did Panini do a jersey swap on this card? Because it doesn't look like he's at a Pistons game. Look, maybe this is a supply chain issue. I'll play devil's advocate and give Panini a pass. Maybe it's a supply chain where, hey, we couldn't get another photo, approved in time. I don't know how that all works. I don't run a card manufacturer, so maybe there's a good reason behind it. A lot of people might say, Panini's lazy. They should have got a different picture, not done the jersey swap thing, assuming that is a jersey swap. Maybe it's just TCU fans that happen to be at a Detroit game, but I don't know. I didn't compare it to the draft picks version of the card. Is it the same, where it's the same, different, the college jersey? They switched it out. Let me know in the chat if so. You've got kind of the usual run of parallels. Cardboard Connection and Beckett.com do a great job of breaking this down. But again, we don't have the full picture here. So if you're going to buy a $1,400 box, even retail, retail is going to be kind of the obvious thing where, hey, if it's $20, $30 for a retail box, great. But on the football side, there are no numbered cards in the Prism football stuff on the retail side. There's no numbered cards. Now think about that for a second. There are a truckload of numbered cards on the football release side. There is tons. There's tons of different parallels, and there's 400 cards on the checklist. So if it's the same on the basketball side, that makes me it makes me a little queasy about retail basketball. Now, if you just want to rip packs, if you just think the cards are cool and you're like, you know what, it's 20 or 30 bucks, great. Buy boxes of that stuff retail. But if you have expectation of there being some sort of amazing value coming out of those boxes, even on the retail side for $30, $40, it's bad enough on the hobby box side where it's $1,400, $1,500 and you're getting numbered cards of Mike Fratello, or whatever, Rex Ryan, or whatever the hell comes out of the box. It doesn't make any sense. So just keep this in mind. I do these types of videos and people get upset because it's like, you're talking down new product. But look, the reason why I do this is because you have a lot of new people getting in, people getting back into the hobby like I did a few years back. And they've got sons, daughters that are interested in this sort of hobby. And they're like, okay, how do I start? We have to buy packs, right? That's what we did 30 years ago. You buy packs, you open packs. Well, now packs they're exorbitantly expensive, very, very expensive. And so I just want new people and people getting back in. Or if you've been around for a while and you think, this is just going to be the same story as it has been for the last few years. It's not. There's more parallels. The checklists are massive. And that's how you know they've printed a ton of it, because of the size of the checklist and the amount of parallels. Another thing I noticed that was a little bit confusing, on the Cardboard Connection site, there's a Zion parallel. I think it's Fireworks, and it shows rookie card on the bottom left. And then on the Beckett site, same card, but rookie card is not, the RC is not on that one. So I'm wondering, why? How did that happen? Is that an error on is that a Panini error, or is there an error card? Are we going back to 1990 where we're collecting error cards, where maybe there's the Zion rookie error, or maybe that's just another parallel. Maybe that's like the error parallel. They're like, genius, we'll put out error cards and those will be chase cards in the new product. Print, make it go brr. Anyway, all jokes aside, if you like the product, it is cool looking and you have the money for it, then fantastic. But just keep in mind the singles on this stuff as they come out, as it comes out into the universe, the singles of the stuff you probably are trying to pull will become more affordable than the actual boxes themselves. So keep that in mind. Outside of one of ones and maybe some of the golds and stuff that are going to carry a premium, a lot of this stuff, silver prisms, etc., you will be able to get that less expensive down the line, most likely. That's typically how this thing works. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you chasing Prism basketball? What are you excited about, or are you not excited about this product? Let me know. Stay healthy, stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.